Let me start with a simple question. When was the last time you felt angry in public? Not just irritated, actually angry. Traffic, social media, a queue that wouldn't move. Now think about this. Why does it feel like anger is everywhere today? Road rage is rising. Online fights feel endless. Small disagreements turn explosive. Across countries, cultures, and age groups, one emotion is getting louder everywhere: public anger. And before we go any further, I want to admit something. I'm not talking about this as an observer. I'm talking about this as someone who has been angry in public too. I've honked too hard. I've snapped at a stranger. I've typed messages I later regretted, and sometimes deleted 5 minutes later. And that matters, because anger isn't something that only happens to other people. It happens to us, all of us. So today's episode is not about blaming people. It's about understanding ourselves. Because once we understand anger, we stop fearing it. And only then can we actually fix it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Alex, your host, and today we're diving into a topic that quietly affects all of us, even when we don't realize it. Joining me today is someone who always brings balance and clarity to difficult conversations. Mia, it's really good to have you here.
Hi, Alex, and hello to everyone listening. I'm really glad we're having this conversation. Public anger has become so common that we've stopped noticing how serious it actually is. We normalize it. We joke about it. We brush it off by saying, that's just how people are now. But we rarely stop and ask what it's doing to us internally.
Exactly. And listeners, I want you to stay with us till the end, because somewhere in this episode, you might recognize yourself. Let's start with the basics. When we say public anger, what do we actually mean? Anger is a strong emotional reaction to feeling threatened, disrespected, ignored, or treated unfairly. Now add the word public. Public anger is anger that spills out on roads, in offices, on social media, in public transport, and sometimes even at family gatherings. It's the anger we don't process privately, so it leaks out publicly. Mia, why do you think this anger is increasing everywhere?
One major reason is pressure without release.
That phrase is important. Pressure without release. It means constantly carrying stress without any healthy way to let it out. No rest, no emotional expression, no real pause. People are carrying emotional weight every single day, but they don't have safe or healthy outlets anymore. There's another important word here: stress. Stress is mental and emotional strain caused by demanding circumstances. And today, stress isn't occasional, it's constant. Money pressure, job insecurity, social comparison, bad news, all day, every day. Even when nothing bad is happening directly to us, our minds are still processing tension. When stress doesn't get an exit, it doesn't disappear, it transforms into anger. I want everyone listening to pause here, because anger often looks loud, but it actually starts quietly. Think about it. Anger usually shows up at the end of a long chain of emotions: fatigue, disappointment, fear, feeling ignored. Comment task. Think about the last time you got angry in public. What happened before that moment? Were you tired, anxious, rushed, feeling invisible? Write that in the comments. No judgment, just awareness.
Another big reason is loss of control.
Loss of control is one of the strongest triggers of anger. It means feeling that your effort doesn't change outcomes, no matter how hard you try. People feel powerlessness over their jobs, their future, and even basic systems like traffic, healthcare, or education. You follow rules, but others don't. You do your part, but the system doesn't respond. When humans feel powerlessness for too long, anger becomes a way to feel powerful again. Let me define that feeling clearly. Powerlessness is the feeling that no matter how much effort you put in, things don't change, and your control over outcomes feels limited. Comment task. In the comments, write one area of life where you feel least in control right now. It could be work, money, time, relationships, or even your own emotions. Just naming it is the first step. Because when that feeling builds up, anger becomes a language. Not because people want to hurt others, but because they don't feel heard.
Social media amplifies this even more. We're constantly consuming outrage, arguments, blame, extreme opinions. Over time, the brain starts believing that anger is normal behavior.
And that's something we need to talk about. We're not saying people are bad. We're saying the environment is exhausting. When anger surrounds us all the time, it starts to feel acceptable, even expected.
Exactly. Anger is often a symptom, not the disease.
So, what happens when anger becomes normal in society?
The first thing we lose is empathy.
People stop trying to understand each other. They react instead of listening. Small misunderstandings escalate quickly. Arguments turn aggressive. And sometimes violence feels just one step away. Empathy is the ability to understand and feel what another person is experiencing. When empathy disappears, society becomes emotionally cold.
There's also a long-term effect people don't talk about. Living in constant anger keeps the nervous system in survival mode.
That constant alertness slowly drains mental energy. It leads to anxiety, burnout, depression. Sometimes people don't even realize why they feel exhausted all the time. This is often the reason. Now, let's be honest. Some people say anger isn't always bad. Are they right?
Yes, they are. Anger can point out injustice. It can push people to speak up and demand change. Many social movements started with anger.
But here's the difference. Anger with direction builds. Anger without control destroys.
Uncontrolled anger damages relationships, public safety, and mental health. It divides people into us versus them. And once division becomes normal, solutions disappear.
So the real question is, what can we do about it?
The first step is emotional awareness. Before reacting, pause and ask yourself, what am I actually feeling right now? Because anger often hides fear, sadness, or disappointment.
Comment task. Next time you feel angry, pause and ask yourself, what emotion is hiding behind this anger? Fear? Hurt? Exhaustion? After trying this once, come back and share your experience in the comments. Here's a simple but powerful rule, the 90-second rule. When you feel angry, wait 90 seconds before responding. That's how long the chemical surge of anger lasts in the body. Most damage happens in those 90 seconds.
The second solution is clearer communication, not louder voices, clearer ones. Express frustration without attacking.
The third solution goes beyond individuals. Systems matter. Better work-life balance, mental health support, fair policies. When pressure reduces, anger reduces.
And finally, kindness. Not as weakness, but as interruption. One calm response can stop a chain reaction of anger.
Choosing calm is not losing, it's leadership. Let's bring this home. Public anger is rising because people are overwhelmed, unheard, and overstimulated. Anger itself isn't the enemy. Unawareness is. If we slow down, listen more, and respond with intention, society can shift.
And remember, change doesn't start with everyone. It starts with you.
Thank you, Mia, for this honest conversation. And to everyone listening, if this episode made you pause, share it with someone who might need it. Subscribe if you want more conversations that actually matter. And tell us in the comments, do you feel public anger increasing where you live? What do you think is causing it? Our next episode dives into why kindness feels harder than anger in today's world. Until then, stay aware, stay human, and stay kind.